Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden Table with Rose, and I am Rose. So I came out here very early. It's about 6 a.m., 6:30. I came out to do just a quick front yard tour because the roses, the ones that are probably gonna bloom this season, are in bloom, and if I wait, they'll be done until late summer. So I'm gardening in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Zone 6A, and I'm starting here on the porch as I always do. My pots, the petunias have taken off, as you can see. Man, they grow fast. That's why I like them, and they're inexpensive. So I did plant some of my own seeds in there. I'm not sure which flowers I planted, but I had a bunch of flower seed packs that I had gotten for free. So I just sprinkled some in there, and they're in there, but they're so small still. And they've been in here for at least a month. But the petunias are doing well. In these boxes, I added petunias that are doing well as well, the window boxes. But the window boxes are looking sad. They're not real cohesive. Half of the things I put in there died. The petunias are doing okay. I got a few of the pink carnations left, but that needs to be cleaned out, and I need to do something else, but I have to figure out what I want to do. I may do some kind of perennial because I don't really want to be fussing with those window boxes. I have too much to do each season. So I'd like to put something there that can just stay there. But it being a box, and this being Michigan, it gets pretty cold. And so when I put things in before, like evergreens, they've actually died off. So these spireas are in bloom. I decided I'm not going to trim them back this year. I used to always cut these things down to the ground. One, because I wasn't that fond of them. They've grown on me though. And two, they attracted a lot of bees and wasps. And right at the front door was not good. But I've decided I want to be able to use these in my cut flower arrangements. And to do that, I have to let the stems get taller and more woody, so they need to stick around instead of all this new growth. So I'm not going to cut them this year and see what happens. The flowers under my little topiaries are still growing strong. The lavender over there has bounced back. It's all nice and green at the top. I do plan to take that inside and try to overwinter it. It's a little lavender topiary, as well as a cypress that has to go inside. That little one there, the bright green, is not hardy to my zone. The other cypress died, I believe. So, unfortunately. Still got carrots growing strong, but they're not big enough to pull yet. They're probably going to be in there all summer because they grow like molasses. Uh, there's also the Lysianthus in there, which has gotten a little bit taller, but that stuff grows as slow as the carrots. Anywho, more petunias. More petunias in this pot. I did find out that this stuff is a yarrow. I'm not sure what variety though, but according to my little plant app, it's yarrow. And this kind I really like. It's just different. It has a bigger flower, and it's more like a double ruffle flower, and the foliage is even different compared to that ferny look of the other. And although it's getting bigger over the years, I think this is the first yarrow I planted when I dug this little area out. And so it's been here a while, 2 years at least, maybe three, but at least 2 years, and it's not taken over. So I'm happy about that. This here, I'm excited about. This is feverfew, which I've never grown, but it's supposed to be a good cut flower filler. And I just have a couple of plants of it in there, but I'm excited to see how that looks. I was imagining it looks just like this yarrow from the pictures, but we'll see. But I've used some of this pink as well in my this pink yarrow in flower arrangements. It seems to hold up good. And the white one, I don't know. It's a lot of it browned. I cut it. Maybe I cut it too. I didn't think I cut it too early because it was fully open. But it kind of browns in my fridge where I had it conditioning. So I don't know if that's going to be good for a cut flower or not. But these dianthus, little mini carnations, they're really taking off. And look at this yellow one. It's like a double ruffled. I like it. My hydrangea in there is actually getting some little heads on it. And then there is a lilac in there as well. It's hidden right now. I can't find it, but it's in there. But the roses, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Look at that. Look at this. This is Henry Fonda. Some of them are this dark. This is a dark, deep yellow, like golden almost. And then others are pale. I don't know if they get paler as they age or if they started out as different colors. I don't see any buds. Well, I see some, but they're all closed. But look at that. Oh my God. And I just planted this last year in like February, March, whenever it is that you plant roses. Roses grow fast. I love that about them. This is a Sally Home. She's never looked this good. Of course, this is only her second year. All of these are second year. I just dug this out last year. But Sally Holmes also has two different colors. Her tightly closed buds are more of peach. And then once they open all the way up, they get more white with just a tinge of pink, especially on the back of the petals. Let's see if I can find one. The back of the petal is more of a pink. Oh, that's beautiful too. That one's a climbing rose. I picked it up by accident. I thought I was getting a regular white rose and ended up with a climbing rose. So I planted it and there it is. This one hasn't even started blooming yet. But as you can see, it looks like it's a dark red. Some of these look damaged. They kind of have some black on them. So my thought is we must have had a frost after it had already formed buds, and maybe that had some impact. But we'll see how they look when they open up. This one is pretty small. It doesn't grow as fast as the others. But it is a nice peach with the yellow down towards the base. I like it. The hydrangeas in here are finally, I mean, all these things were so tiny when I planted them, but they're finally getting big enough where one of them actually has a panicle on it. So excited. This is a pink rose here. Oh, that's big. It's almost as big as my hand. And look at all the petals in there. That one's beautiful. Let me step over. And this I got, these are mini roses, I believe. But look, oh my gosh, there's like 3 roses on one head. They're like multi-headed. Multi-headed. I don't know if that's a proper word. But together they just look like one big bloom, and there's like different shades of pink. And then I have 2 of those apparently. There's one in there. But that is absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning. And I cut a couple of roses, but not too many because the bushes are relatively new, 2 years old at the most. So I didn't want to jeopardize them establishing and growing. So I'm not really cutting on them until maybe next year. This one is literally as big as my hand. Look at that. I think that's Dolly Parton. I think. And I think this one is Mr. Lincoln. This one is a ton of blooms. Oh my gosh. And it also has the multi-bloom heads. Like there's 3 on each end. They're not as big as that other red one. But they're definitely more prolific. And there's still a few buds. But as you can see, petals are starting to drop. I've been deadheading. So they don't have much longer. And then they will bloom again, or at least they did last year, like at the end of summer towards fall. And I was very surprised and happy about seeing another flush. That over there, I believe it's White Magic or something like that. It has a few blooms, but they look pretty tattered actually. I need to deadhead that one. They don't look that great. This is one that I just planted, and I believe that's my Julia Child rose. So I just planted that a couple of 3 months ago, 2 months ago, somewhere in there. So I'm not expecting it to do anything. Again, my Buplurum is a little bit tall, especially the ones in the back for this row here. I have some more in front of it that aren't as big, But those ones back there are pretty tall. I love Bupleurum as a filler. I harvested my first couple of stems yesterday, and man, it's beautiful. It has that chartreuse green, yellow, limey color that I love. So it really plays well, I think, against the colorful blooms. And then the Lysianthus is going slow, slow. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I saw a bee over here already at this time of the day. Interesting. Okay. The other thing that was interesting over here to me is that my Helen von Stein Lambs is developing some kind of flower head. I didn't even know they flowered. Look at that. So all three of them, I think, have those. Oh, wait. Let's go this way past this gigantic daisy. Oh, look at the astilbe. OMG. It's so pretty. It's that green, limey green color I love. Anyway, over here, look, this one is starting to flower. Can you believe that? I didn't even know it did that. It's like these magenta blooms. It's beautiful. And the mini roses are like huge in there. The drift roses, I should say, the white ones. That's one plant and it's massive, and there's one on the other side. Well, look at this area between the lamb's ear, the Orlea that's left, the drift roses, the astilbe, then that little pop of limey green there from the coral beds I put in. This is like a beautiful vista. These tall spiky things are lilies that I've planted here. They should be white if they're in this area. So, oh my God, but that right there is beautiful. All right, let me keep it moving before this ends up being an hour long. I did mulch finally because I'm done up here. Look at that. It's one of my anemone. They're not really that tall though, so I'm not sure if I would want to use those as cut flowers. It would have to be some kind of little posy or something in a little jar. And I only have a few of these things that came up or that are blooming. I planted the ranunculus and those anemone late because I received them in the mail late. And so I don't think I'm going to get much out of them. And I don't think I'm going to dig them up. What's that? I don't see that as being worthwhile. I did order some more to arrive in the fall that I'll save. Here's another one, a red one, anemone. I did order more that will come in the fall, so I'll have them early enough to pre-sprout them. So maybe I'll get something more out of it next year. But I really don't want to dig all that up. So they're inexpensive bulbs, thank goodness. So I might just let them go. The white echinacea is flowering, blooming, and I just got this maybe a couple of weeks ago. And I like that. I like it a lot. Oh, and nothing much else has changed. Everything has just gotten bigger. I've taken out a lot of yarrow. There's another hydrangea over there that has blooms all over it, beautiful, along with these paprika oh so easy roses, the clumps of that, which add a nice pop of color because it's mostly all green over here. There's a big clump of yarrow there. There was a big clump there I took out because it was kind of falling over. I don't know if the wind did it or what, but it was getting too crowded. Anyway, there was a lot of yarrow in this section, and I took all of that out. That's why you see it's kind of open here, which I like. This stuff is all going to fill in, but I may add something if I find something I really like. There's even a little red mini rose in there. Oh, that's beautiful. Another hydrangea, which has some panicles on it. This, another one of these huge daisies, which will most likely be coming out. It's just too big. That thing is 4 feet tall, at least, and the width is 3 feet. Yeah, that's taking up a lot of real estate. Oh, I did take out a patch of the St. John's wort, which I believe is what this stuff is. It was kind of falling over, and I had too much of it. That stuff multiplies too. So and it was looking sad. Matter of fact, here's some that I'm gonna pull out right there. So it comes out easily. Literally, I just tug, and a few of the stems will come out, which is fine because I wanted to remedy that situation anyway, in terms of it was just so much of it. It was starting to take over. So now, now that's no longer an issue. And that was easy. I didn't even have to get a shovel for that one. All right. All right, this was supposed to be like a brief update. Oh, there's a hydrangea over there. I don't know if I showed that one. I got a new little chair. It's a butterfly. Look at that. How cute is that chair? I love it. All right, let's see. More of this yarrow, which I like. Thank goodness. Actually, the one I like, I've managed to splatter all over the front. There's some over there. There's some over there. I moved it. This rose is growing. I just put this in about a month ago, less than a month, and I got two of these. It was a 2-pack, and it's called a mint julep, I believe. It is a beautiful, I've never seen the color, yellow with green. It's almost that chartreusey look to it. Limey, like, yeah, a limey kind of green with a soft yellow. Hopefully it'll be nice. More of the little mini roses. Those look like they need to be deadheaded, but I don't deadhead the mini roses. That would take me forever with all the other stuff because the blooms are so small. I mean, I'd be out there forever. So I don't deadhead them, but a lot of them are looking old. I guess they're going out too. The Baptisia, as you can see, you see that? It's losing its little petals, so it's going out as well. It was nice while it lasted. Finally, my elephant ear is coming up. Look at that. I don't know how big it's going to get over the season, but I'm excited. More daisies that I moved over here. These ornamental oreganos. Oh my God, I love that color. I got two of those. Love it, love it, love it. That's a rose. These are the two new clematises I got to climb up this trellis. One is taller than the other, but they're looking vibrant. Another rose that I just got within the last month. Within the last month, I got a shipment of several roses. I think I might have ordered 9 or 10. They were on clearance, and I got a variety. I couldn't tell you what they are. They still have the tags on them. I left those, but I literally just put them in, and they just started to leaf out. And even that little salvia I thought was a goner. I got these little plugs. Even those are growing. There's one there. There's one over there. I have 4 though, so I don't know if the other 2 died or if I put them somewhere else. I got some new shrubs back here. Things that are perennials that I can use in cut flower arrangements. There's a mini dogwood somewhere back here. I think I got another viburnum, and then another 9-bark. This rose hasn't done anything yet, so I'm a little bit worried about this one. I don't see anything, but obviously I'm going to leave it there all season and see what happens. Spirea Snow Mound is what this one is called. So it's supposed to have white, I don't know if you can see that, white little blooms. That's a white salvia. There's the 9-bark that I just recently got. There's another rose bush. This one has some growth on it, so that's good. This, I could not tell you. It's a shrub that I recently planted, and it has little flower buds all over it. This, I believe, is a rose, I think. Yeah. And 2 of these back here, this one and maybe it was that one, are sweet spire, something like that. I'll put the name on the screen. But they kind of look like veronica or salvia with white blooms, but they're part shade. That's why I put them back here. Perch shade to shade, I believe. So, yeah, but everything is looking lush. It's amazing how much growth a garden will do in just a month. Like, it'll totally transform itself. Matter of fact, I looked back on my first tour of the front for the season, and there was really nothing here. I think there was one or two things that had turned green, but it was all sticks. Look at this. This is the cotton candy maple. OMG, that is so pretty. It has like this kind of lighter green leaf, and then there's some that are striped with pink. It's like a dark pink. Not really red. I don't know if it's turning up as red on the screen, but it's more like a deep pink. And some of them have a little white striping too. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so pretty when it gets big. This is another hydrangea. I think that was an Annabelle, maybe. I think that's one of the old school ones. Hopefully it doesn't get too floppy. And then everything's looking good that I transplanted up here to the front, which I'm happy about because I didn't know this stuff would make it. I did plant these butterfly bushes. This one has some dead leaves at the top. Puxter blue. That one's Puxter blue. There's one over here. Puxter something. Maybe amethyst. And that one actually has some little blooms on it. You can see those. But yeah, those don't get very big, these Puxter butterfly bushes, but they'll be a pretty pop color up here, and they're fairly drought tolerant. The daisies that I transplanted are blooming. Shasta daisies, that's a tough plant, man. You can move it around at the wrong time. You can cut it in half, and it just still keeps going. There's another one of them. This is Puxter pinker, another butterfly bush from Proven Winners. Puxter pinker. And everything, the yarrow clump is growing. These little bitty, I can't think of the name of this, alyssum. I think I planted 3 starts out here that I grew from seed. And look how big of a mass these 3 tiny little, and this is a ground cover type plant. But look at the mass formed, and it's beautiful. This is beautiful too. I think this is a sedum. I got this one from the nursery, but I love the pink at the ends. I'm not sure what cultivar it is, but it is sedum. It's another one of the daisies. Snowball viburnum, which is done. This is a hydrangea, which probably doesn't get enough water up here. I'm gonna have to focus on getting that watered a little bit more. And then over here, this row, I planted all of those mums, cutting mums, so they should get tall. Planted all of those that I got in. They were on clearance as well, like $5 a piece. And hopefully I get some flowers come fall. That's a hydrangea that's taken off. It was little for a long time. I planted that one probably 2 years ago. But yeah, I just really wanted to show you the roses that, yeah, because they won't be here probably within the next 2 weeks. They'll be done. But that is pretty. Oh, well, thank you for joining me. I get excited when I come out here and it's my garden because you never know what's blooming or what has put on growth, and something new is always popping up. And I mean, I'm out here every day watering, and I just check on things to make sure there's no problems, but I don't spend time kind of gazing at things. So it's nice to do these videos because it really gives me time to enjoy the plants in peace and quiet because it's early in the morning. So that is all I have for today. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.